The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon from TFNN. Welcome to the July 30th magical Monday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And, of course, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life happens for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstances that life is going to toss at us. Today, you and I, we get to go check out the circumstance of these markets. We get to go figure out what the bulls and the bears, what the buyers and the sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, and more importantly, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone, dial on in 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered. You can let those fingers do the walking. You can send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. Of course, in the Tiger's Den. Well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on magnificent, marvelous Monday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, the Dow trading down 119 points, 25,331 is the print to Rooney. S&P's off 18, 2,800 even Steven. NASDAQ down 119. That's 1 6/10%. Index 100, I should say. 1 6/10% to the downside. Russell off 6 points, 1656. Semis down 1%. Trade out at 1357. Trannies are up 21 points. Spot volatility index is up nearly 10%, 9.98%. That's trading out at 1433. Gold's back a buck. Of course, I need to change that contract. Silver is flat. Light sweet crude is up $1.34. Leading the charge, the upside is that ticker symbol BGNE. And it's the one that I have the most difficult time pronouncing. I believe it is Beijing. $10.33 to the upside, 6%. Affiliated Managers Group, I can pronounce that. That's up 740. AMG. Hey, nothing like an AMG to be riding in. That's a trade down at 158. Regenerant Pharmaceuticals is up $7. Charter Communications 6. Pioneer Natural Resources up 5. Allergan up nearly 5, 469 to the downside. Booking Holdings off 2%, over 2%, $46 to the downside. Amazon down over 2% or $43. Madrigal Pharmaceuticals 27 or 10% to the downside. Google off $24, 2% to the downside. Netflix off 5%, $18. No wonder the NDX 100 can't get legs out there. Not like that. Even I think Apple is trading to the downside. But I know you tuned in to ask me, hey, Steve-O, what are the markets doing? And so let's go try to figure that out. First, let's go ask Bob. Hey, Bob, what do you think the markets are doing? If we go take a look at Bob, that is Stevie's little market analyzer tool. In this case here, because we're trying to get a sense for what's going on, we're taking a look at some shorter-term time frames out here, meaning I'm looking at a 1 hour, a 2 hour, a 5 hour, and a daily time frame. The focus here is on the equity futures contracts right now, because that's, in essence, what we're talking about, try to understand what are the indices doing. If you look over towards the right-hand side, what you're going to see on those short-term time frames, you're going to see bottom signal. You're going to see the Rhodes Momentum Indicator for the 1 hour and 2 hour time frame charts are giving us bottom signals. That is for all 4 equity futures contracts. On the 2 hour time frame, it's the ES and the NQ that are generating bottom signals. Not confirmed, just signals. So when I wrote into the den, somebody asked if it was going to be turnaround Tuesday. My response was, it looks like turnaround Monday afternoon. Why? Because Bob says prepare for that potentiality. Is potentiality even a word out there? It probably is not. But I think in today's day and age, you can pretty much get away with anything. And if it is a word, well, then, hey, where did I pull that out of? Nonetheless, short term, because you will see the conflict out here, and the conflict is going all the way over to the right-hand side. And take a look at the NQ daily time frame, top confirmed. It did that on Friday. Inside the Russell 2000, top confirmed. The only reason why it's not colored in is because that pattern occurred more than 5 days ago. A box that is filled in with a color, whether it's green or pink, light pink, whatever it might be, lime, is just telling us that it has occurred within 5 bars. On an hourly basis, that'd be 5 hours. A daily basis, 5 days out here. So we do have topping signals. You and I have taken a look at those. If a market is going to turn, it's going to first show its beauty on that turn in the shorter term time frame. So you've got the 1 hour and the 2 hour time frame charts that are saying, well, that's what the market wants to do, is try to make some type of turn out there. So let's go take a look at, now let's try to put that together with other pieces of information out here. And I didn't say go along right now. I just said Bob, which is the system, which is a beautiful system out there. Why? And subscribers get this and so many other signals with regard to individual equities or other commodities out there for multiple time frames, so they know what to be looking for, where to enter, where to exit. But look, let's that's neither here nor there. I don't want to talk Bob up too much, but let's go. But hey, it's so much that way. You know, I'm not pulling blank out of you can finish the sentence there. So what else can we put in place here to say, you know what, all that the move was or is? Let's take a look at the topping signal. Let's start right away, right out of the bat here. Let's go take a look at the NQ on a daily basis. Gave us that nice little Rhodes momentum indicator signal. That was confirmed. That completed on Monday with that nice wide-ranging bar. Now, what has price done during the day? Price has come right back to support. Whenever you see some type of top, the very first thing you want to do in order to do some kind of reward risk analysis is say, okay, where's support? Can I find support on something that's top? If you had been looking at this chart, which you were because you looked at it last week, you knew that the first level, doesn't mean it will hold, but you knew the first level of support inside the NQ was 71.57 and a quarter. Now, we use that as a range. The actual low so far didn't hit 71.57. It's close, 71.6675 out there. So, you know, it's missed it by 9 points at this stage of the game. That is level 1 support. We'll go take a look at the 60-minute time frame chart, see what it has to do in order for turnaround Monday afternoon to get rolling out here. But at this stage, and looking at the chart, level 1 is held. What happens if it fails? What happens if price moves below 71.57? Then we start taking a look at the bottom of the box. Happens to also line up with the time to mark short trend line out there. That's the red dashed line. That would be 69.96. That would be like driving in the Detroit metropolitan area, and right now traveling down on 696. Isn't that what it's called? Is it called there? It's been so long. I think it's 696. I think so. So the NQ may have hit support. What do you think the ES has done? Well, we get back to this break. Let's go check it out. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance, David White's daily market letter, gives you trade recommendations based on David's proprietary power law vector indicator that put the odds of success overwhelmingly in your favor. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price for each stock and option trade. David combines his years of trading experience along with his background in technology and computing to offer his subscribers his take on the markets on a daily basis. Every trading day by 9:30, David publishes his morning issue of The Path of Least Resistance, along with updates sent out throughout the week whenever there is new actionable trading information. All new subscribers receive a 30-day, no questions asked money-back guarantee. To sign up for David White's daily trading newsletter right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters.
Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. So the first thing we established with the NQ on a daily basis, it generated a confirmed a topping pattern. It did that on Friday. Prices come down to the first level of support. Again, if you're just following us right now, first level of support as we take a look at the daily NQ here. Here's your 4 equity futures contracts. ES on the left, NQ in the center, Dow next to it, and then the Russell on the very right-hand side. This is a daily time frame out here. So you would have said, okay, if the NQ was going to top on the trading session of July 25th, where's the first level of support? Where will it pull back to? Your answer would have been the top of its TAS daily profile. That occurred earlier, within 9 points. If we'd asked the question back here on the trading day of July 25th for the ES, you would have said, well, it was going to pull back. Let me just expand the chart out here because I can't give you the number right now. I will in a moment. I'll just have to do it this way. You would have said, well, that, Steve, is going to be the top of its box, and that's going to be 28.18 On Friday, it did that. It actually closed out at 28.1750. Didn't exactly close below the top of the box just by a smidgen out there. Well, when we woke up last night, that's if we were sleeping all day. None of us were sleeping all day, although I don't know. Southeast Florida, we got literally hammered with rain. Not a great weekend. A great weekend to work and, stay indoors. But in any event, no golfing, that's for sure. But still, when the equity futures markets opened last night, it gave you and I a gift. What was that gift? Okay, you got a brand new TAS market profile. So that established new levels of support. That level of support is 27.98 What has been the low so far? 27.98 Are you blanking me? Really? Are you kidding me? Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Are you kidding me? It hit it to the T. So what we do know is that the actual level of support has been hit inside the NQ. That's why it makes Bob so important. Because if there is going to be, while the daily's hitting support in the ES and basically has done so inside the NQ, what are Bob's signals saying to you and I on a short-term basis, 1 hour, 2 hour? They're saying the market is trying to form a bottom. So let's go take a look at that, one step at a time. The one step at a time says, let's go take a look at the NQ. Here's the NQ. Here it is on a 60-minute time frame. What do we know about the NQ? Well, we start counting from the high out here. That's the July 25th high. We're going to see that right now we are in leg number 7, letter number G. Stevie Wonder singing in the key of G out there. Now, it hasn't been confirmed. Won't be able to be confirmed until we get to 1:30. That's 9 minutes from now or so. Looks like at this stage we're going to get a confirmed 7th wave move. Does that mean you go ahead and buy it? Well, price would have to get above Stevie's red line in order for you to go ahead and take that type of an aggressive trade out there. 72.21 is the number, basically 72.20, 72.21 is the number. Preferably it would close even above that in the next 8-9 minutes. Probably not likely to happen out there because you'd really like to see some type of bullish candlestick signal. Nonetheless, the 7th wave moves are not that's not a requirement in that. It does have Stevie's Rhodes momentum indicator signal down there, so you get 2 potential bottoming patterns inside the NQ. Now, even if it closes above 72.20, Stevie's, oh, I came up with a name for it over the weekend, and I should have written it down. Guy said I'll remember it. I can't remember it now off the top of my head. But still, nonetheless, if we take a look at Stevie's magical line out there, that wasn't it, but it's as good as anything. 72.20. If you get above that, price is only scheduled to bounce to the 72.64 level, the bottom of its 60-minute box. Now, there may be a new TAS market profile on a 1-hour basis at forums between now and then. And if so, those would be new numbers that we would take a look at. It's just like playing a game. When the numbers and the information presents itself on the screen, then you know what the next move. It's like playing checkers or chess. I don't play checkers, but it certainly would be like playing chess out there. You know, as soon as your opponent makes the next move, then you know what you need to do and what your move might need to be. So that's on the 60-minute time frame. The ES mini, let's go take a look at it. It too was showing possible, right? It gets down to support, truly daily support. Doesn't mean it's going to hold. Just means that price got exactly there, bounced off of that, and therefore it is really worth watching, both from the bulls or the bears. Bears want to see a price close below that level, knocking on the door. We're talking about right now. We can see here's a 60-minute time frame chart inside of the ES. I don't believe we are in wave number 7 out here. But so we don't have that. We definitely don't have that. But you do have Stevie's pattern that forms bottoms out here. And so we just have to watch to see what kind of candle might form at 1:30. Maybe it will be a hammer candle, as it shows right now. Again, we've got 7 minutes before that comes in. So that's the 1-hour time frame chart. If you look at the 2-hour time frame charts, because those were showing signals as well, here's the ES. We're a long way from seeing a bullish reversal candle here. This, by the way, I believe that this bar is going to close. Well, let's not believe. Let's just tell you exactly, 2 p.m. So this bar here would be 2 p.m. You get a hammer candle at 2 p.m. Well, that would confirm that pattern out there. That's on the ES. In the case of the NQ, let's go see what it's got going for itself on a 2-hour time frame. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I've got so many things open that this thing is kind of slow, like molasses out here. But we'll get there. I just got to make sure. There we go. Got the natural gas. Here's the NQ. Here we go. Let's go take a look at its 2-hour time frame, see what it shows us. What does it show us? What does it show us? What do I have this thing set at? Do I not have this thing set at false? Is that the deal? Is that the deal out there? Give me a second. I just have to check one thing out here. No, it is set at false. That's odd. Very odd. Very, very, very odd. In any event out here, I won't tell you what's odd because I'll go back and take a look at. Okay, so we've got that to take a look at out here. The other thing that we want to take a look at, I'll go back to the S&P with the ES Mini hitting support. Here is the market breadth on a daily basis. So we've got the ES Mini on a daily time frame coming down to support, to the tick. And if we take a look at the market breadth, TAS market breadth that is, on a daily basis, you'll see there's 192 components within inside the S&P 500, or 38% of them trading above the top of their profile, bullish. How many are trading below the bottom? Well, fewer, 129 or 25%. That's why you still have the green line above the red line out there. So if things are going to get romping and rolling to the downside, you're going to see a couple things happen. You're going to see support in the ES Mini fail. That's really the clue out here. I know there's questions inside the Tigers that ask me about the NQ. The reality is I think the ES Mini will be the one that gives you the answer if support holds, which right now there's every clue that suggests that it will. Then you're looking at least at a bounce. It may just be a counter trend rally. It may last a couple of days. I can't give you that. I'm not going to prognosticate that. But if we are going to see a failure, that kind of works my way into that next question is where's the bearish move? Where's the projection? Where can we make a case that the NDX 100 is heading to? That means lower price. You need to see the CS Mini fail out here, and you need to see the market breadth inside the S&P 500 on a daily basis all of a sudden turn negative. Those are conditions we don't have. Thirdly, you're going to need to see the spot volatility index close above 1381. It's at 1403. So look back at that number at the end of the day. Of course, if it closes above 1381 and it's more than a one-day rate of change of greater than 10%, then you have another conundrum to deal with. I'm trying to simplify things. Really, I am. We'll be right back.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
TigerTV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. TigerTV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Let's get a couple questions in, and then we'll go back to the projections. The NDX, and take a look at it. We'll take a look at the cash indice. That way it's a little bit easier for you to follow along. But Michael P. writes in and asks a question, where's the buy He's looking at Lululemon and NVIDIA. So, Michael, let's go take a look at the 3 time frame charts out here for Lululemon. You don't like what it did on Friday. What I mean by that is price closing below the bottom of its daily bullish structured profile out here. Now, this is running into its breakout area, and so therefore, let's go ahead and use the color yellow. Hey, okay, good. I already had that there. So, Michael, the price area that you'll be watching for is the 113.20 to 106.46 level. That's what the daily time frame chart says. Now, ideally, if you're looking to get long, you'd really like to see 3 tests of 113.20. That is the bottom of the day where price had gapped up. I know that sounds confusing, but I don't know how to say that any clearer than that. If price closes below 113.20, then price should head down to 106.46. In essence, the high from the prior day where price had gapped up out there. That's likely or the logical areas that you would be looking for. The reason why I say 3 tests of either of those is because you get 3 tests, usually that's pretty good. That's pretty good at giving you the confirming signal out there. The weekly chart projects a price level of about 116.18. And 116.18 is going to be above those areas, so that's another place to be looking at. But what I don't see right now is really a number that I wouldn't use those numbers. Those are your price targets, and then you need to see what's happening as those levels are being hit. But I can sum it up this way: today is not that day to be looking for that, and now you know what to look for, or price targets. And then when and if those price targets are hit, call back in, send me an email as you did here, and we'll take a look at it. In the case of NVIDIA out here, NVIDIA, NVDA is the ticker symbol. What do we say here? What we say here is here was a gap to the upside, a sign of strength, by the way, 17 million shares. And price didn't really, it tested it, but it closes below that, so it's kind of murky out here. We're going to get rid of that. Here's what, Michael, you and I can note today. Right now, in the case of NVIDIA, it's trading inside its daily box. This would suggest to me 237.95 to 240.90. See what happens as price, preferably the lower number, 237.95, and preferably on the pullback less than 8.9 million shares. That's not today either. It's 5.8 billion shares. So straight line math says that's not it. Even though it looks like you're testing the top of that level, still too much volume. So 237.95 would be an area, or even lower, could be, quite frankly, could be the low from July 2nd out there. Make sure, again, less than 8.9 million shares. Test 233.26, closes back above that. That's what I would be looking at in looking at NVIDIA. 236.30 is the bottom of its weekly profile, so it's kind of fitting into the range that you and I have just identified. Again, today is not that day, and you want to be careful. And the reason why you want to be so volume-centric on this is because NVIDIA, just so you know, could turn into an A to B equals CD to the downside. That is something that cannot be ruled out here. Now, that would turn into a Gartley buy pattern. The first price projection level would be 220.66 or 210.89, first and second price projection levels out there. So that is NVIDIA, and there's other levels below that. So again, volume is key. July 2nd is key. That had 8.9 million shares out there. And that you could kind of say was a holiday, right? July 2nd, the day before a half a day of trading, if that, out there on July the 3rd. So, kind of take that into consideration should price target and hit that area. So thanks for writing in. I hope that helps you out. My pleasure. I know you asked for a third one, which was Boeing. And you say, what's up with Boeing? Boeing, I believe, let me see here, BA. Let me take a look at BA out here. And Boeing, what Boeing did was Boeing basically bottomed. I know that you're saying that, wait a minute, it's up towards its highs. How did it bottom? Well, here's the deal, Shamil. July 17th, you can see that Stevie's red line turned green with envy. And what that told you was that the price oscillator was at 0. Now, what typically happens is over the coming days, trading sessions, price and Stevie's red line, in this case green line, catch up with each other. That is exactly what happened on the trading session of July 25th. I know that day because that's when they came out with earnings, or that was the morning when they came out with earnings. Looked like it was just going to blow through that and turn into a bearish message. Turns out that wasn't the case out here. Price closed back above that level. But at this stage here, you've got bullish messages and bearish messages. Shooting star candle on Friday, moving lower today with a bullish engulfing, testing Stevie's green line and or the bottom of the box. So if you're not in Boeing, I would stay put. 352.79, the bottom of its TAS daily profile is a key level to be watching. If it breaks through that, then this is going to be slightly more complicated to trade. So I don't know if that answers your question, what's up with Boeing, but that's what's up with Boeing. We've got another question. This comes in from JJ. JJ wants to look at where do you think Amazon might bottom? AMZN is the ticker symbol out there, and that is a great question. Let's go see if we can figure that out. Here's what we know, JJ, and that is the following, that right now price is testing support, just as the NQ did, just as the ES did. In the case of Amazon, it is testing support. Now, that level is 1782.15. We're trading at 1781.01. Volume today about 4.7 million shares. Last time down here, 3.8 million shares. So that says, geez Louise, you're pushing lower with volume. It's not what you want to see. So your question is, where do I think it might bottom? It might bottom here. But because it's pushing lower, it hasn't bottomed. As sellers are still around in Amazon. They're getting a little twitchy, so to speak, out there and saying, what do we do? Is price going to pull back even further? Pull back further inside of Amazon. Really, the level that you and I would take a look at, James, is 1638.10, the top of the weekly profile out there. So that's another number to be looking at. The monthly is not going to help you and I one iota. So it's trying to bottom. It's got too much volume. Simple as that. So we could be days away from being able to know the answer to that, although prices pulled right back into support. And on a weekly time frame chart, if price continues moving lower on a daily basis, closes below the July 23rd low out there, I don't know, that's right around 1769. It's doing it with volume. There's no A to B equals CD pattern or anything, but it would say, okay, now the 1638 is coming into play. Probably helps to feed into the question asked inside the Tiger's Den about the NDX on a little bit longer term basis. So those are the questions that came in. I believe I've gotten to all of them, which means we can go back, when we come back from this break, take a look at the daily and NASDAQ 100 chart out there. So we'll look at that. We'll identify a place, a level, a price area where price could pull back to. We're probably going to use that Tom DeMarco setup area, and we'll talk about that when we get back from this break.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the TAS Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profiles So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the TAS Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. And Pat, no, it wasn't the Christmas line, even though we started calling that Stevie's red line, red-green line a couple of days ago. I came up with something a little more snappy than that, and so I don't want to use that necessarily. And of course, I like Stevie's red line, but and as I was working, something just kind of went through my head, because clearly it went through my head, and I said, that's what I'm going to call it out there, and I just should have written it down. It's like, I don't know, you ever having a dream? I don't know if this ever happens to you, having a dream, a good dream, and a great idea. And it's like, oh man, this is great. And you should wake up and you should write it down. Now I'll remember that in the morning. And then you get up in the morning and you're like, what was that dream again? Now that could just be me out there. And, but so therefore, and if it's not you, then you don't know what I'm talking about. But it does happen to me. Hey, with regard to that question, where could this pullback take us to? I did something kind of interesting out there. Actually learned this from Larry Pesavento. So each of you have seen this out there before, which is, why don't you go take a look at kind of like the harmonic vibration inside of the NDX 100. And what I mean by that is if we take a look at the first real pullback correction that we had inside the NDX 100, began on January 29th. 2018, and that was a pullback down into February 9th. And if we take, I just measured that is reflective of this little, rectangular yellow rectangle level. And the interesting thing is if we take a look at the second correction out here, the one that began on March 13th to the bottom out here on April 2nd, basically to the T. Same dollar correction. Now, if we take a look at the next retracement we had after that, that's the one that went from the high of April 18th, in essence, to a low of April 25th. We haven't seen that exact same correction take place. If it were to, on this time around, that'll take you to about 70.84 out there. And that'll keep the series of higher highs and higher lows in place out there. However, interesting of note, if we take a look at this correction, when I say this correction, I'm referring to the high that formed out here. Oops, let me just do this. It's kind of hard to see. The high that was out here on June 20th to the low on June 28th, that represents this yellow rectangular box, the current one. And if we look at the current high from just a few days ago to today's low, that one's been done. Something to think about. So with regard to the NDX 100, there is no A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. There is there is no confirming Rhodes momentum indicator signal out here. Not unless I'm going to cheat, and I don't cheat. The technicals tell me, what is going on inside the market. Was price moving higher, doing less relative energy? Yes. Was there a Tom DeMark combo set up on the high out there? Yes. But as I have shared with you many times in the past, maybe not enough, you and I can look at the cash indices and the index ETFs out there, and we're going to get our arse handed to us if that's how we're going to go ahead and make our decisions out there. Instead, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and make those decisions from the information that we have inside the equity futures contracts. We want something that's trading nearly round the clock out there, providing us with better pattern information, whether it's on a 1 hour, 2 hour, a 5 hour, the daily time frame, its profiles, and so on and so forth out there. Nonetheless, the NDX 100, if it continues to move lower, which it may, would come back, and where I would target, it would be the low of July 2nd out there. That's where that Tom DeMark setup count began. And that low was at 69.69. Again, that's the low of July the 2nd out here. So, and trying to come up with something below that, there's no reason for me to try to do that at this stage because there's nothing here to suggest that that's going to happen. Doesn't mean it won't. It just says can't make that. I got to see what pattern would be in play as things get down into that way. So Joni Mitchell, she always did. She dreamt it. She woke up and she wrote it down. Did she? For as many times as I wake up in the evening, that's another problem out there. How many? Are you a sound sleeper out there? I do sleep soundly, but it's in increments out here. It's kind of maybe like my 1 hour chart. But, the next time I'm going to do that. But that means then I got to go make sure I put a pad of paper next on my bedstand out there to make sure that I write it down. Then I'm going to wake up. It was a good dream. I don't want to wake up necessarily. Anyways, you don't need to know my troubles out there. Actually, there are no troubles. It's just like if you've done it before. It's like, that was good. That was a good idea. What was that again? All right, let's see. Do we have any other questions out here? We do not. No other questions. I hope I answered your question, Mr. Z, inside the Tiger's Den, really as best as I could with regard to trying to come up with some type of price projections. And I just have to see certain things get broken before I can really move beyond the lows of June 28th out there. So, hey, it is what it is. So what else are we going to look at out here? What do you want to look at? I guess Apple comes out with earnings. So that is tomorrow after the bell, around 4:30. If we take a look and try to get a feel for what a shareholder's thinking about that, let's take a look at that wasn't it. Frame out here. I believe that Apple is testing, just like Amazon was, the bottom of its profile. A brand new profile out here too, by the way. If we take a look at it, I'll turn price off. It'll be easier for you to view it on Tiger TV. So I'll turn price off and you'll see the actual profile out there. I turned off the profile, so I'm going to turn off price. There we go. So here's the profile. It's really evenly distributed. What I mean by that is the center line is pretty much dead center out here. So no clues as to who's in control of this box out here. Nonetheless, if Apple were to close below 190.20 today, and not by not by 50 cents or even $1 out here, but, with some real enthusiasm to the downside, that would be pretty directionally bearish out there. Brand new profile forms, levels of support and resistance have been identified, and you already closed below it. It's as if we intended to support price at 190.20, but we forgot to send out the memo. Nonetheless, if price does close back below that, and by the way, there was a bit of a breakout, a little bit of a gap. That was on the July 9th, 19 million shares. 13 million shares right now. That was the upside. 13 million shares today to the downside. That level was tested and held. That was tested with 18 million shares. Not exactly the type of breakout. So you'd have to say if Apple closes below the bottom of its daily profile today, price could easily target June 25th. Is this giving us any indication of anything out here? No, it's really, at this stage here, it's really kind of a consolidation. Not going to be kind of a consolidation pattern, Steve-O. Well, the problem is I can't really identify or confirm or deny. What does it have to say? I can't confirm or deny. Now I sound like a FBI agent out there. I assure you I am not. But we don't have a test of the swing point out here, the bottom of this possible consolidation. And that would be in the June 25th, 2018 level. The weekly profile says 177.11 would be a level of support, and the daily says 159.70 out there. So let's go to this breakout here, come back, see if there's any questions. We'll do a 2-minute wrap up. And Dow's off 81, S&P down 12.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's TigerTV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com, educating investors.
This is David White. Stay tuned because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. So we started the session at 1 o'clock, and the markets were markedly lower than that. And, of course, the question was, hey, what are the markets doing? And we just turned to our trusty friend Bob, which stands for bullish or bearish. It basically, not basically, it is the set of tools that I used in order to be able to garner that #1 ranking from Timer Digest. I just simply automated it so I could put it inside a set of tools to be able to just simply have it do the work so I can just visually go take a look and say what's going on. Kind of a Motown tune out there. And I just reran the numbers out here. And it's just so helpful. If we just I know there's a comment in there that it's tough to get me off of my bullish mode out here. It's, the beauty, the beauty. Look, I got to tell you, technical analysis is the coolest thing. I know that there's a lot of terminology that I use, the other guys use around here as well, and so it may sound like gibberish. But I promise you, If I learned it, you can learn it. You're talking about the guy that can't remember a dream, and let alone many other things out there. It is, and so what's actually cool is to look. Emotion is important. You can't take the emotion out of things out there. Okay, emotion is energy. That's how things move out here. So you can't say I'm going to eliminate the emotion. BS. Before Steve said that, you can't do it. But what this can do, what Bob does for you and I, is it actually measures the emotion of the markets in what I can say is a non-emotional way. Now, if you can figure out what the meaning of that sentence is, hey, more power to you. It just means it measures the emotion of the market. It identifies patterns that are typically associated with where bounces or bottoms form out there. There's still more work that needs to be done inside the ES Mini out here. This was a 60-minute time frame chart. You've got the bullish candle now. I don't know if we'll have it in 3.5 minutes, but you've got it now. Nice little piercing candle. Prices taking on Stevie's red line. If it does, at least a bounce to 28.14. Folks, thanks so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you on terrific Tuesday. Have a great day. Stay tuned. Your favorite polar bear, David White's up next. Take care.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.